Hello everybody, Rob here from Average Hobby, and today we've got another unboxing slash review to do. So, in this episode we have, or in this video that you have, the T'au Stormsurge. So this, theoretically, is going to be the biggest model I put together. Or at least I think it's going to be. I will be double checking it once it's been built, but I'm pretty sure it's bigger than the Norn Emissary. From the Tyranids, but we will see. But yeah, so we're going to open this thing up. I've already taken the package off it, but we're going to open this thing up and we're going to take a look at it and see just how much I got to put this together. Then in between this part of the episode and the next part where it's put together, I've also got to go and look at its stats and figure out what I can and cannot put on this thing. So with that in mind, let's open her up and take a look. And you already know it's a big model when it comes with a box inside a box. So here is the instructions, obviously. I had to move the camera out of the way. Wow. Okay. Oh, the feet are... okay, nice. Okay, cool. So here is the instruction manual showing all the different weapons and stuff. I'll have to look at the building instructions, but I'm just looking. Okay, so there is some do not glue. I have to also decide, theoretically, if I want to have it pinned or not pinned. I've never seen this before. Let me double check what that means. I think that means paint and sub-assembly, I'm thinking. Paint before assembly, yeah. So what they want you to do is they want you to do some assemblies. They want you to do the legs first, probably then the torso. Yeah, you put the torso together, and they tell you to, yeah, paint the arms first, then put the arms on, paint this, yeah. Paint the torso, put the torso, yeah, okay. So yeah, so the instructions are telling you ahead of time, paint some of this stuff and then put it on, which is probably what I'm going to do. But I also need to think about what weapon system. Oh, I like how you can change the angle as well on the gun there. Very nice. Yeah, so let's take a look at the sprues. So that's just the cockpit area there. That's massive. That's part of the gun. Holy crap, that's huge. That's what she said. I think these are the thighs. Wow, they're kind of messed up, actually. I don't know if you can see this. It's because of the way the lighting is, because I had to put the camera so far back. They're kind of all scratched up. How long has this been sitting? So this has been sitting in a box since 2014. So the fact that it's... yeah, a nice little layer of dust on it. Because parts have been rubbing up against other parts for almost 10 years. Yeah. Not too much damage, just a lot of wear. I was worried that I was going to have to do the missile launchers, but the missile launchers are already pre-done. That's pretty good. Then we have our T'au stickers, or not stickers, transfers. And then the base. A big base. So yeah, so let's just go over them one more time. So that is the first sprue there. Like I said, sorry about the really crappy lighting. I'll try to get a little bit better lighting here. So that's the first sprue. Second one. And then the third one, which I think you got your pilots up there. Yeah, you do. Very nice. Well, this one's already almost popped off. Oh no, they've... okay. I don't know if you can see this, but they molded. Yeah, I can't really show you right now. I'll have to show you later when I can bring the camera down a lot lower. They have guns as well. Their guns are drawn. That's interesting. Gonna have to look at the instructions there. Like, why would they have their guns drawn? Oh, they're not guns. They're kind of like controlling mechanisms. Okay. And it looks like it's just the two that you put in there. So one goes there and one goes there. Then there's two different helmets that go there. Okay. It's not so bad, actually. It looks like they've broken it down into legs, torsos, and arms for you. Which seems pretty easy. Like I said, I think this is going to be the biggest model. I wish they told you how many pieces this was. It shows you the build variants. Yeah. One thing they should do is show you how many, like tell you how many parts are in this, so you can figure out the parts number. Just so you know basically how hard or how easy it's going to be put together. I think in general it's going to be easy to put together. The hard part is just going to be making sure I don't screw it up. But with that in mind, I will see you in the next part with this thing put together. I have no idea how many days this is going to take me. It's going to take me a while. I think it's going to take me at least like 3 or 4 days just to do the legs. And it's going to take me 3 or 4 days to do the torso and all that stuff. So I think this is definitely going to be a multi-week build. We will see. This will be my first multi-week build. I've never had one model take me a week. I think the longest one has taken me is 3 or 4 days, and that's just mainly due to time constraints. And that was the Norn Emissary. So we will see how this one is. And if for you, it'll be a few seconds. For me, it'll be X amount of days. So that in mind, I will be right back. And we're back, everybody. Okay, so here it is. The Stormsurge, all painted up. This thing is massive. Like, I thought it was big, but oh my god. I'm going to have a size comparison with it and the Norn Emissary, the quote-unquote one of the larger models in the game, quote-unquote. Just to show you that technically, this thing is almost an inch taller. The main thing is the gun. I can't even show the whole thing. So this thing here, the Norn Emissary with its big vents, which to me is already kind of cheaty because you're artificially making that thing tall, comes to right about here, and you still have about 2 inches. So yeah, to put it in perspective, this is the size of the pilots. Got them here because I want to paint them separately. Yeah, this is the pilots. That's them. They sit inside here and here. It is crazy. Here, oh, that is here we go. An empty Citadel cup for scale. Let's tilt both of these a little bit here. So yeah, she's a big boy. She is a big model. Like I said, taller than the Norn Emissary. I'm going to have a size comparison video to kind of make things look a little bit better. But overall, putting it together was pretty easy. Like most T'au stuff is. The usual issue is getting the feet joints. We'll turn it over here. Is getting the ball joints in with the feet. Other than that, that's pretty much the only major issue putting this thing together. Actually, there is something I can show to scale that is also T'au. Give me one moment. So here is the ghost keel next to it. Let's turn it around here. I can put the ghost kill just right in front of it. We will make a change to the camera angle. And to put that in perspective, let's zoom all the way out here. So there you go. To put it in perspective, we'll slide it over. Put the ghost kill beside it. So the ghost kill's eye comes to basically near its nipple. Height-wise, yeah, like here, yeah. So almost comes to the radar dish or the shield dish or whatever that is. Yeah, this thing's huge. This thing's just massive. Try to increase the height on the camera a little bit. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Something just. I think that's okay. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, this thing's huge. So in the next part of the video, it'll be painted up. It might take a little while to paint it up. It actually only took 2 nights of free time to put this thing together. The first night, I got the majority of the torso and the legs. And the second night was the arm pods and the gun. So actually, it wasn't as hard nor complicated really to put together as I thought it would be. So yeah, so I'm going to be waiting on some paints that I'm going to be ordering because I want to make a little bit of a modification to my paint scheme. So long term, this guy is going to get stripped down and repainted. But the plan is to use, I'm going to get some, like a, not quite a dark red, but a darker red, like a proper primer red. And the plan then is to have a lighter one and then just do highlights with the lighter red through my airbrush. So the plan is to just douse it in red. Well, after I prime it, obviously. Do a nice red tone over where all the armor is going to be. And then come back with a lighter red to touch up and do all the highlights. And then obviously come back and, do all the other stuff that I need to do. Because there is a lot of cameras on, the camera lenses on this thing as well that I need to contemplate what I'm going to do. I also need to contemplate what I'm going to do for missile stuff. So, yeah, like do I want to do all red around the gun and then do like a gray here and then yellow guns maybe? I don't know yet. I'm still trying to come up with the idea. This thing's going to be a big deal because it's going to take up a lot of space. But I am so excited to get this guy painted. With that in mind, we'll be right back with this guy painted up. And, yeah. And my final thoughts on the whole process of this thing. With that in mind, we will be right back. Okay, and we're back. Here we are. So this is the Stormsurge. That's right. It is done. It is painted up. And how was it to paint? Well, I was smart and came to the conclusion that you have to do this thing in 5 subcomponents. The legs and hips as one component, each arm separately as a component. Actually, sorry, 6. This gun here, obviously as a separate component, though I kind of painted these two together. The torso as another component, and then the gun as a separate component. Overall, it was pretty easy to paint, to be honest with you. A lot of larger models are a lot easier to paint, obviously. For detail, amazing model. I mean, I didn't get into like too crazy detail when it comes to a lot of the stuff on this thing. I kind of wish. So about 20 years ago, when I originally got into the hobby, the dreadnoughts back in the day you could twist and turn the arms because they had the same component. This little thing here was on the dreadnoughts. You could, by default, let's put this thing back on. Do that. And then, there. Go into your home, please. Holy crap. Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry about this. Up. There we go. And just in here. I would have liked to have that ability for these arms, where they go in at 90 and then you turn them. And there you go, they're done. So you can actually put them on pretty quickly and take them off pretty quickly. You can interchange them and swap them over for other arms if you wanted to. I wouldn't mind it for this Mac suit, just for ease of painting. I'll show you. I tried to get into as best detail as I could within the actual cockpit. So you can see, multiple different colors, things like that. This was also the first set that I did, that I used the Army Painter try something or other, trifecta or whatever it is, whatever they call it, triad, where they give you the base, the highlight, and the mid-tone. So for the base, I use, let's move this forward, and carmine, I'm going to go with the word, red as the base, put it through the airbrush, then did it a little bit. Then I went over, for example, the thigh here, a couple spots on the torso, the tops of both arms, through the airbrush, pure red. And then you can kind of see a little bit more here and here. I went through a highlight, or used the highlight of the Archangel red. So this is the first time I used the triad. I'm going to need a lot more work when it comes to the whole triad system, to be honest with you. I'm going to be doing some Space Marines very soon that I'll be using the triad on to see how they fit and how they sit. Because I want to, try doing this whole triad thing and seeing how much better my dudes look. I originally just primed it in gray and then used the Carmine red, the pure red, and then the Archangel red. Overall, it was pretty easy to paint in pieces. Then, glue it together and let it sit. All in all, a very good set. I'll show you guys the spare bits now. We're going to slide this back a little bit. So here's the first sprue. Not many spare parts. There's just some extra heads, I guess you can call them, like these things here. Let's move you a little closer. This head here, even though there's two pilots, I don't exactly understand why they have two, but whatever. So there's some more heads there. The face for it. You can swap this out here with some sort of like radar dish thing. That's that there. Two regular T'au heads. Let's bring the light down a little bit better. Two regular T'au heads. Alternate arm on that sprue. On the next sprue, which is the other weapon, because you can have two main weapons. Here we go. So just some parts for it and the coils that go on the back, whatever spool thing that is. Nothing too crazy on that one, just the alternate primary weapon, which half of it goes onto that anyways, so you're basically just swapping out the ends and the front. And then here is the secondary weapons, which is the weapons on this gun here. So you got let's turn it around the other way here. So you got the flamers and the rotary guns. One of the other things you can customize on this thing, let's try to spin this around a little bit, are whatever you want to call these. This stabilizers, ground. Yeah, I really don't know what to even name those, but you can have them so that they're actually just part of the leg as if it's still walking, and instead of having the long tube and just it ending, it's basically just that, and you just glue it up at the top there. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then there's this. So that is this leg here, because you can personalize what's on this one or that one. I don't know why. It's a little weird personality thing, like personal choice things like that you have. There you go. I am going to be doing a video very soon about the height and size of this thing, and the reason why is because when the Northern Emissary came out, people were saying the Northern Emissary, or they said at Games Workshop that the Northern Emissary was, I believe, the second largest model, their tallest model, but I believe the Stormsurge here might be taller. We'll have to take a look at it and get a good see. I'm assuming that's because you can have this flat, and if it's flat, it's not taller, but if it's vertical like this, it is taller, but we'll see. But anyways, that's all in all, good model. I'm looking forward to being able to take it on tabletop sooner than later. Giving it a try. Yeah, like I said, easy to put together. It was easy to paint. There really wasn't anything that stuck out that was complicated or too hard. Like I said, as long as you keep it in multiple different little sub pieces, sub-assemblies, it'll be easy to paint. So there you go. The T'au Stormsurge. Thanks for watching. See you next time. You could have been anywhere, but you were here. So thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.